Fresh footage of the Filipino group arriving in Japan has already begun circulating online, with cameras and fans waiting to catch a glimpse of the members before some of them had even cleared customs. While not every detail surrounding their arrival has been officially confirmed, one thing is already clear. SB19 is back in Japan, and this time, they are not simply arriving for one isolated appearance. They are stepping into one of the busiest and potentially most important stretches of their international career. Within the span of just a few days, the group is connected to a major Japanese collaboration, a national television appearance, 2 major festival performances, and their first-ever dedicated fan meeting on Japanese soil. 4 major storylines are coming together in one country, at almost exactly the same time, and that makes this Japan trip much more significant than a normal stop on an international schedule. The first major development is the release of the official music video for Toy Friend, SB19's collaboration with Japanese boy group Be First. The song itself is not new. It was originally released on March 27, 2026, as part of SB19's album Wakas at Simula. What makes the latest development interesting is that the official music video has arrived just as SB19 is returning to Japan, giving the collaboration a fresh wave of attention at exactly the right moment. This is especially important because Be First is not an unknown or minor act in Japan. The group was formed through a nationwide audition process and developed under BMSG, giving them an established presence and an existing Japanese audience. By working with Be First, SB19 is not simply releasing another international collaboration. They are connecting directly with a major part of Japan's own pop music ecosystem. There are already signs that this connection is producing results. Toy Friend debuted at number 4 on the Genius Japan Overall Song Chart and reached number 7 on Oricon's weekly digital singles chart, giving SB19 another indication that their music is reaching beyond their established Filipino audience. The collaboration also has history behind it. SB19 and Be First previously performed Toy Friend together at a showcase event in Yokohama back in March, before the song was officially released. What began as a live performance has now developed into a full collaboration with chart activity and an official music video. The timing is particularly interesting because SB19 has returned to Japan at the exact moment this visual chapter of the collaboration is gaining attention. Instead of arriving with only a concert schedule, the group is entering the country with an active music story already unfolding around them. And then comes national television. Within hours of this video going up, SB19 is scheduled to appear on Nippon TV's morning program, Day Day, giving them an opportunity to reach a Japanese mainstream audience that extends far beyond their existing fan base. According to the promotional information surrounding the appearance, the group is expected to perform Lawless, the song that has become one of their newest international calling cards. This appearance could be particularly valuable because not everyone watching Japanese morning television will already know who SB19 is. Some viewers may be hearing the group's name for the first time, while others may have discovered them through Toy Friend, previous Japanese appearances, or online clips. That makes television a completely different type of opportunity from a dedicated fan event. A concert speaks primarily to people who have already chosen to attend. National television puts the artist directly in front of people who may not have made that choice yet, but television is only the next step. From there, SB19 moves directly into Summer Sonic, one of Japan's biggest international music festivals. The 2026 edition is especially significant because Summer Sonic is celebrating its 25th anniversary with a 3-day event running from August 14th through August 16th. SB19 is scheduled to perform on the massive stage in Osaka on August 14th, followed by another performance on the Pacific stage in Tokyo on August 15th. Their listed performance times are 6:05 to 6:50 p.m. in Osaka and 5:50 to 6:30 p.m. in Tokyo. Those appearances place SB19 inside an international festival environment alongside major names from around the world, including The Strokes, Larkin Poe, Seal, Jenny, David Byrne, and many others. That scale is important because SB19 is not entering Japan through a small specialist showcase. They are stepping directly onto a major international festival platform where the audience includes both dedicated music fans and casual listeners searching for their next discovery. Summer Sonic also represents a different kind of test for SB19 compared with their recent experience in the United States. On July 30th, the group made history by becoming the first homegrown Filipino act to perform at Lollapalooza in Chicago. They delivered a full hour-long set at Grant Park, performing for an audience where many people may have had little previous exposure to Filipino artists. During that performance, they also introduced Lawless to the world, releasing the song on the same day. That moment demonstrated that SB19 could step onto a major Western festival stage and make their presence felt. Japan, however, presents a different challenge because this is a market where the group has already been building relationships and awareness for some time. SB19 is also not the only Filipino act representing the Philippines at Summer Sonic. Beanie, coming off their own historic Coachella debut, is also part of the festival lineup. They are scheduled to perform at the Mountain Stage in Osaka on August 14th and again in Tokyo on August 16th. Naturally, fans have already started imagining possible moments involving SB19 and BINI during the festival, while others have speculated about a potential crossover between SB19 and BE First. However, no such surprise collaboration has been officially confirmed, so those possibilities should remain exactly that: possibilities. The bigger story does not actually require a surprise appearance. Having two of the Philippines' biggest pop exports appear at the same major Japanese festival in the same week is already meaningful. It shows that Filipino artists are increasingly entering international music spaces that once felt much further away. Then came the fans. On August 8th and 9th, SB19 held their first ever I Was There Thanksgiving fan meet in the United States at the Grayton Resort and Casino near Rohnert Park, California. Both nights sold out. That detail may be one of the most important pieces of the entire story because international recognition means much more when it is backed by people willing to physically show up. Festival appearances can generate headlines, television appearances can create awareness, and collaborations can introduce an artist to another audience. But sold-out fan events demonstrate a deeper level of commitment. People were not simply watching SB19 online. They were buying tickets and showing up in person. That is the kind of momentum the group is now carrying into Japan. That makes the sequence of this Japan trip particularly interesting. SB19 First has the opportunity to introduce itself to new people through television and Summer Sonic. Then, after that exposure, the group gets to meet Japanese fans directly. In other words, the week moves from discovery to connection. First, expand the audience. Then, strengthen the relationship with the people who are already there. That is a much more strategic approach than simply flying into Japan for one festival performance and immediately leaving again. It suggests that Japan is being treated as a market where SB19 wants to build something lasting rather than simply another country on a tour itinerary. That is what makes this trip potentially more important than any individual performance. SB19 did not arrive in Japan starting from zero. They arrived carrying the momentum of an international campaign that has already taken them from Los Angeles to Chicago and now into one of Asia's most important music markets. They have already performed at Lollapalooza, appeared at the Grammy Museum, stepped onto a Major League Baseball field, held 2 sold-out U.S. fan events, collaborated with BE First, and continued developing their relationship with Japanese audiences. Now, all of those experiences are converging in 1 week. So perhaps the biggest story isn't one event at all. It's the fact that SB19 is appearing across so many different platforms in such a short period of time. Music collaboration, national television, international festival stages, dedicated fan events. 4 different ways to reach people, all concentrated in one country. That kind of density creates an opportunity that goes far beyond one performance. It gives SB19 a chance to introduce themselves to new listeners, strengthen existing relationships, and demonstrate that their international expansion is becoming more organized and deliberate. And now, the next few days could tell us just how powerful that strategy really is. Will Toy Friend bring even more Japanese listeners into the SB19 story? Will their lawless performance on national television introduce the group to a completely new audience? Will Summer Sonic turn casual festival attendees into new fans? And perhaps most importantly, what will the first-ever Japanese fan meeting reveal about the strength of SB19's A-Tin community in the country? Whatever happens, one thing is already clear. SB19's Japan trip is much bigger than a single concert. They are arriving with momentum, partnerships, international recognition, and a growing fan base behind them. Japan now becomes the next major stage where the group can prove that the attention they have built across different countries can turn into something much more permanent. So out of everything happening this week, the Toy Friend music video with Be First, the lawless television performance, Summer Sonic Osaka, Summer Sonic Tokyo, or the historic first Japanese fan meeting, which moment are you most excited to see? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to follow SB19's Japan journey as it unfolds, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on, because this could be only the beginning of an even bigger chapter for SB19 on the international stage.